Hello, and we're back with the pen tool section of this tutorial. If you remember, for you it might have just been a split second, but for me it's been a couple hours. We have done the stripes and the outline of our box of the popcorn just using the shape builder tool. I mean, it's a little messy, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So I'm just gonna maybe I didn't explain layers too detailed because we've already done the Photoshop tutorial in class with Kyle. Good job, Kyle, by the way. And so, really, layers are kind of like just the way that things are, well, layered on top of each other. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of like a hamburger, you know, the buns on top. So that's what you're going to see on top. And then you've got like the bean burger in the middle, and then this is the other bun. So like right now, even though the photo is visible, we don't see all of the photo because there's things that are on top of it. So the layers are still there, they still exist, but I'm just making them not visible. That way we can really focus on the popcorn. I know this is not what popcorn really looks like, but for the sake of this tutorial and because of my bad drawing skills, we're just going to deal with it. And I'm just going to make a new layer, and I'm going to call it popcorn. I really think it's important to label your layers, that way you know what's going there. And that way if you've got like a big project where you've got a bajillion layers going on, you're not like, oh, well, I don't remember what's on this. Da, 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 da. No excuses. So label your layers. Okay. So now we're going into the popcorn. Wow, high quality photo. You can see every little blemish on this whiteboard. So anyway, now we're going to be using the pen tool. So this is the pen tool, and this is the curvature tool. Don't use the curvature tool right now. Trust me, I've been like accidentally clicking the curvature tool before, and then it's really annoying. I'm like, da da da, why can't it be the pen tool? Sorry, I'm rambling again. So what's really cool about the pen tool in Illustrator is, like here, I'll just do an example. Let's say I make a line here, right? And I don't want to connect it or anything. I can just press enter, and then I have this shape here. It's not like with Photoshop where you have to connect your whatever to make it work. It can just be this shape. Or like another example, like let's say I'm just making something and then I want to do this and whatnot. I don't have to connect it. I can just press enter. Again, I have my pointer tool. I can just drag it around wherever I want to go. So the pen tool, it's kind of hard to teach how to perfect it, how to master it. You really just have to mess around with it on your own and just play around with it as much as possible for you to get a good feel for it, because it's really just like you gotta feel around for it. So I'm gonna bring this back actually, because I realize our popcorns aren't perfect. So, you know what? Our popcorns aren't perfect. You're right. So maybe I will just like eyeball it. So let's say I clicked first with the pen tool, right? And I have my little curve here. So I'm just gonna click at the, I don't know, what do you call this? The gosh, what do you, like the point where the curve meets, I don't know. And you can just click and drag to get those curves. So like you see how I move around after I click? I have these like lines here. I don't know how else to explain it. You just gotta move it around. And like even after like let's say I want to move this around, whatnot, that's just how you click. Okay, I'm gonna start over because this curve is too sharp for me. I want to fill this, like, I don't know, more dull slope. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to do 2 clicks. I'm going to go in the middle. I want my popcorn to look like this. I'm going to do another one. So my stroke is still really big, so I'm going to make it go down a little bit, because popcorn does not have that big of a stroke. So there's the first popcorn. So after I do each click, I go back, click this square one again. It's like a reset, you know, so that way it just resets it so it's not like on this crazy curve, and you can just start over. So like, if I didn't do that, and I just started going again, you see how like, if I click again, it has this curve on it, and I can't get rid of it. And so it'll just go like that. I mean, like, if that's the desired look. But if you click that square again, then you can just go back from wherever you want to be. I'm really sorry if this is not explaining very well. If like any of you guys wants to video chat with me or anything like that to talk about what you're doing, if you need help, or you just want to text me or something because what I'm saying is absolutely making no sense, I understand that. That's okay. I'm not offended. So there's my first of the popcorns. Okay, and there's our first popcorn. I mean, I'll be honest, it looks horrible. It's very messy. I mean, I think I was just because I was trying to show you that too, I'll probably redo that one. I'll do another one so you guys can see it, but then I'm just going to trace all of them and then come back to you because it will take way too long for me to just sit here, or like for you guys to just watch me do this. I mean, I probably could do some like cool thing with like a time lapse or something like that, but you don't want to see that. So I'll do this one really quick with you guys. Some of them, you know, it's popcorn. It doesn't need to be perfect. So if you guys mess up, then it really doesn't matter. Ugh, that was horrible. Okay. So, like, yeah, as I was saying, if you mess up, it's popcorn. Like, nobody is going to critique your popcorn for being imperfect because popcorn isn't perfect, and it would be boring that way if every popcorn looked the same. So, I mean, as long as, like, your lines overlap and you don't have popcorn floating in midair, I think it's fine. So, like, as I said, you can just press enter now. You don't have to connect your shape. So, there. And, like, since it connects with the other popcorn, you don't really need to, like, it's okay if it's just there. Excuse me, I'm going to cough, but I promise I don't have corona. Okay. As I was saying, I'm just going to do the rest of the popcorns really quick, but, like, that one looks, that one still doesn't look good. It's because this one doesn't look good, but I'll redo that one. You guys just have to mess around with it on your own to do it, like, to learn this one, but after I finish tracing, you'll see. I'll explain more. I'm just going to finish tracing this, come back in a second, pause this video. Okay guys, I believe I'm on my last popcorn up here a few minutes later. It didn't take me too long, but at first if it's taking you a while to get the hang of like these curves and stuff, or let's say like you can't see that blue line in there, you can always change the color or of like the image or whatever. It doesn't look good. I'm going to start over. Now that I'm recording, you know, it's going to take me a million tries to get it, even though all the other ones I just zoomed through. So, I also thought maybe you guys might like watching this part for some reason. I mean, like, I think it's pretty boring, but if you like it, or if you felt like you needed it, hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, this whole one doesn't look good. You know what? Do we need that popcorn there, really? Yes, otherwise it would look weird. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm sorry, guys. I swear I was just zooming through it before, and now I'm like, this looks so... Ugh, I pressed the curvature tool on accident. Don't do that, guys. It's just... Gosh, what am I doing? I'm going to make it a bit bigger to make it look actually like popcorn and not just like my great aunt's booty or something like that. You think that looks like popcorn, guys? You can't talk back right now. It's not a call and response thing, but it's okay. That looks like popcorn, don't you think? Okay, well, in my mind, it does. So now that I've got all those popcorns done, I'm going to do these popcorns in a different layer. And I'm going to explain why. So right now, I'm going to move these popcorns below the box because they belong in it. Like you can see, like now they're not on top. Like if I moved them to the top here on top of the box, you could see all these little lines here and here and here. That's just ugly. So I'm going to move this to the back so you can't see that. But these popcorns need to be in front of the box. I'm doing hand motions in front of my computer. I wish you could see. It would make so much more sense. Hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So I'm going to move this on top, and I'm going to bring this back. I'm just going to actually get rid of all this for now so it's not distracting us. I'll trace these two popcorns down here so you can see the pen tool in action a little bit more. Also, when we were doing that Photoshop thing, I saw like a lot of you guys were like doing your Photoshop like this zoomed out, and you're doing like whatever, and I was just like, how can they even see the details? Like, if you're publishing an H2N or in the yearbook or whatever, you want the details to look good, because when it's printed, your readers are going to be able to see every little thing you do wrong, and you don't want that. So just don't like zoom in and get the details right. I think I'm going to go in here and do that little line like I did there, and then go back. I forgot to label my layer, guys. Call me out. So I'll do that after. Sometimes, if it's smaller like this, like smaller scale, like I'm only going to have, what, 6 layers by the end of this? Not that big of a deal. But I've had projects where I've had like a bajillion layers. That's an exaggeration, but still, a bajillion layers, and it can get really confusing. So I'm just going to keep pushing through. Okay. Does that look like popcorn? Kind of. It looks weird because I'm zooming. Just do one of those. Sorry, I'm not talking right now. I'm just trying to go through this quickly so we can move on and finish this up. Oh, I forgot about, I have to include, press enter. You don't have to connect the lines, remember. So now let's zoom back out. Let's bring everything back. So now these are on top, and we're going to color the popcorn because obviously popcorn isn't just transparent. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a few colors. I'm not sure. So here, let me unlock this. Maybe, actually I don't want to make this too complicated. I was going to do like darker yellows for the popcorn in the back and then brighter pop. I'm just going to make it all the same color. So let's bring up window color, and you know how this goes. So I think I want to keep the black outline on the popcorn that where you can see the shapes. I forget what popcorn looks like. It's definitely not green. Maybe let's just let's go back to that vibrant yellow. Gosh, it was like perfect the first time. There. So I'm going to make it a little bit more orangey, because that I don't know, for some reason it kind of reminds me of the movie theater more when it's more orangey. Is that gross? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to make them all that color using the eyedropper tool. So I'm going to go through and do that, and then I'll tell you how to fix stuff like that in a second. So pause. Actually, I'm going to show you how I can make them all fill in the same color at once. So Control A selects everything. So I have everything selected that's not locked right now, and I'm just going to make it this color. So as you can see, since I didn't close the shapes, they all kind of have that half fill, whatever look to them. So it might have been smart to do like different layers for like different popcorn pieces, but oh well. So I'm just going to pull these both to the front. Oh, I'm almost up with my 15 minutes. Okay. I think I'm going to have to pause here and then create another video really quickly because I can only do 15 minutes at a time. So see you in like 2 seconds for you guys, 2 minutes for me.